From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
All right, I'm recording the evening and overnight forecast update for you right around 5:30 this evening. So this map here will eventually change once you see this on the playlist later this evening on the channel here. But as of right now, as of the time I'm recording this, we have a brand new tornado watch that comes as far east as Hardin County, Tennessee, Tishomingo County, Mississippi. This runs until midnight. This was almost what we call a PDS tornado watch, which means particularly dangerous situation for the possibility of long track type tornadoes and multiple ones back in the Mississippi. They decided not to do the PDS wording, but the probabilities in it were only about 10% away from them doing that. I don't think we're going to have that type of tornado watch here across our area either, across Middle Tennessee and in North Alabama, but we are very likely to see a tornado watch deeper into the evening as storms get closer across North Alabama and Middle Tennessee. So you may be seeing this later than when I'm recording this, and just keep that in mind that there may be a tornado watch by that time across North Alabama and Middle Tennessee. I think by the late evening, we will be in one. We will be providing live coverage on the channel and our social media platforms once warnings start to be issued across areas, so keep that in mind as well. We also have a wind advisory area-wide tonight until 7 a.m. in the morning for a sustained non-thunderstorm gradient wind gust of 20 to 30 miles per hour, sustained instead of gust, I'm sorry about that, and then 40-plus mile per hour gusts possible, and again, not from thunderstorms, but sustained winds. As of 5:32, here's live Viper radar with the Doppler network, our live Doppler radar, and the next rads across the area. As of my recording time, again, nothing across the area but some light showers developing back in the West Tennessee and North Mississippi. We'll expand the radar view, though, and you can see severe thunderstorms erupting across Arkansas, Louisiana, and starting to get individual thunderstorm development back into south central and west Mississippi, and you see that new tornado watch popping up. This is the severe weather situation that will be heading into our area as we make our way into the overnight. Right now, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee here, 77 degrees, sustained wind out of the south at 8 miles per hour, but gusts today have been as high as 20 to 30 at times. The dew points mixed down to 57 this afternoon with a little dry air aloft working down, but once we get to sunset, mixing stops, and then the dew points come back up into the 64 to 66 range ahead of the storms as we head into the late evening hours, priming us for that severe weather threat. We'll slide down to Florence on the ArcCare Skycam network, and we are at 81 degrees here as we look at the marina shot on the cam. Dew points mixed down to 59 here, but same here. Dew points get to 64 to 66 during the late evening once we get past sunset and mixing stops. So don't be fooled by those lower dew points that we have late this afternoon. 77 degrees in Lawrenceburg and Columbia in Middle Tennessee, 74 in Hohenwald, 78 now in Savannah, Tennessee, 79 in Iuka, Mississippi. And then across northwest Alabama, 81 in the shoals of Florence, 79 in Athens, 80 in Decatur, and 78 in Russellville and Franklin County in the northwest part of the state. Here's the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. On the afternoon update, they expanded that level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather across our entire area. So this is not a lower end threat. It's not some massive tornado outbreak for our area either, but this is sort of a medium to higher type threat. So we'll have to be on guard tonight. Tornadoes and damaging winds are possible. The yellow shaded region is an elevated tornado threat. Now the greater chance for those long track type tornadoes are back into North Mississippi and Southwest Tennessee where you see the red color. However, this hatching here, the hatch lines, that's the Storm Prediction Center outlook saying that there may be 1 or 2 EF2 or greater type tornadoes embedded within the line. I don't think we're going to see a lot of big supercells tonight. However, there may be 1 or 2 supercell type structures embedded within the line. Most times when you get a solid line of thunderstorms, if you get tornadoes, they're usually on the lower end of the scale, but when you get the embedded cellular storms within the line, you can sometimes get a shorter track type EF2 or greater tornado. I don't think it's an especially high threat for those type of tornadoes, but I can't completely rule out 1 or 2 in the Middle Tennessee and Northwest Alabama as the line comes in because of cellular elements embedded in the line, and I'll show you what I mean here with Futurecast. This evening, still between 75 and lower 80s at 6 p.m. on Futurecast. Going deeper into the evening, even after dark, we're still into the low to mid 70s. Notice those individual storms ahead of the line in southwest Tennessee and north Mississippi. That's the greater threat of long track violent tornadoes back there to the west. That's why they have that level 4 out of 5 risk across that region. As the storms get into our area, there may be a couple isolated supercells out of the head of the line as far east as Hardin County, Tennessee, and Tishomingo County in Mississippi. And then the storms start to line out and get absorbed into the line. But notice the character of the line. It's not just some wall of solid red the whole way down. Notice these little cellular elements within the line. That's what I'm talking about. That's why there may be an embedded EF2 or greater type tornado, probably closer to EF2 tonight, if anything. And there's not going to be a lot of those. And it's also not a high probability of that type of tornado. We're just going to have to watch very carefully. It's a non-zero type threat. But notice how the line stays kind of cellular as it comes through. Also with the line, 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts in spots, maybe some higher than that. The line makes it to east of Pulaski to near Lewisburg, approaching Athens and Moulton to Phil Campbell as we get toward midnight. And don't take this timing as the exact, but this is a general idea. Now, once we get toward midnight, 1 a.m., notice it does look more like a solid line here and less like a band of cellular type stuff. I do think that's when we would transition primarily over to a damaging straight line wind threat with just the threat of shorter spin up type tornadoes. But even an EF0 tornado can be a threat to life and property, so you have to take any type of tornado threat seriously. But by 1 to 2 o'clock, the threat shifts out of our viewing area with lingering showers going into the early morning hours, and then all this stuff clearing out of here by sunrise and morning lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. So here's the summary of the severe storm threat for tonight. Overall time frame for our local area is roughly 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. from west to east. Our main thing is an intense line of thunderstorms with damaging wind gusts of 60 to 75 mile per hour if possible, maybe some isolated gusts higher than that, and some tornadoes possible in the line. Because there may be a few supercells embedded within the line, and then back into northeast Mississippi, there may be some isolated supercells briefly out ahead of the line from what happens back in central Mississippi moving northeast. With either regime, I can't rule out a strong tornado or two, EF2 or greater. That's not a high threat in our area, please understand that, but I can't completely rule it out. But even aside from the severe storms themselves, gradient non-thunderstorm wind gusts tonight of 35 to 45 miles per hour, and that can help knock out power before the storms even arrive, and that's area-wide tonight, that potential. So you're going to have multiple ways of hearing watches and warnings overnight, including a way that will wake you up out of your sleep since this is an overnight threat. Two best ways to do that are a NOAA weather radio, which sounds an alarm if the counties you select have a watch or warning, and that alarm will wake you up. The radios cost money, but it's a free broadcast service, and you can get these at most department stores, and several people already have them. If you don't, or if you're on the go or anything like that, another great way to hear watches and warnings overnight is the free Tennessee Valley Weather app. If you're not watching this broadcast on your mobile device, you can scan this QR code to get the free download link. Otherwise, you can search your appropriate app store for Tennessee Valley Weather. Look for our shield logo there that says TN Valley Weather and make that download. It is completely free. And you can also watch our live streaming severe weather coverage from within the app in your safe place. Also on your large screen, we have our live 24/7 digital weather channel where we'll carry our live severe weather coverage. We have that on smart TV devices, Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV. And you can also pull it up on YouTube, search for Tennessee Valley Weather. And should there indeed be tornado warnings tonight across southern Middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, we will simulcast our live coverage with our radio partners here across the area. So several ways you can stay in touch with severe weather information. All this shifts out for Saturday, back to partly sunny. Highs in the mid, if not upper 70s in spots with a westerly wind. I do think that precip right there is noise, so don't expect rain across the area tomorrow afternoon. Clouds increase for Sunday. Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, maybe a few showers with the next system. Front moves through Monday and back to somewhat cooler but not overly cold weather as we head Tuesday through Thursday with highs back in the low to mid 60s after being in the 70s all the way through Monday. Here's that temperature breakdown. Mid to upper 70s here for our Saturday. Lower 70s all the way through Monday. And then we're back a little bit cooler, but not excessively cold as we head Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday. Forecast for tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely. Again, the main time frame for severe weather in our broadcast area, roughly 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. from west to east. That's how the storms will move. Staying in the 70s all the way until the rain starts, and then we drop into the 60s, and I don't think we get out of the upper 50s and lower 60s for our morning lows around sunrise on Saturday, and then we get into the mid-70s or so, low to mid-70s across southern middle Tennessee for Saturday. Winds start to lighten down a little bit as the low pressure moves away. Partly sunny skies here. Upper 70s to lower 80s over northwest Alabama with partly sunny skies. So beautiful weather coming up for our Saturday. Here's a 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Again, quiet and calm for our Saturday. A few showers late in the day on Sunday. And then staying generally mostly cloudy, but back to quiet weather from Monday through Wednesday. Lower 70s on Monday, then the front drops us back to the low to mid 60s. For Tuesday through Thursday, few showers return on Thursday. And then another system comes out. We warm back into the mid 70s Friday of next week with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we'll have to watch that system for maybe some strong thunderstorms again. After all, we are now in the heart of the spring part of the tornado season here in the Tennessee Valley. Not sure that's going to be a severe weather threat late next week, but we'll watch it carefully. There's Luke's latest 7-day forecast. Brian Wilson's back in the morning with another full forecast update, and the entire team will be here through the night, tracking the storms and providing live coverage on all platforms as necessary.